This trip really made me wonder why I keep doing this. Everything seemed to be going fine. I got to camp. I flattened out this sleeping pad. Dug out a fire pit. I mean, I knew it was going to be somewhat uncomfortable because it was 2 degrees Celsius and freezing rain. But I figured as long as I get a tarp set up, everything will be fine.
Whew. It's raining, eh, Coda? Attentionless hitch. 3, 4, 5. Pretty good. Whatever you do, even if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to tie knots like me, just keep a loop at the end. It'll just make it a lot easier to untie it in the morning. So see that? Now in the morning, I can just pull that and then pull that and it'll come undone. Whereas I think, for years in my life, I would have done something like this. I would have been like, I need to come down here. And then I would have just tied a bunch of half hitches and then I would have needed to use my needle nose pliers in the morning.
I think this tree is one of those barkless maple trees that people kept commenting on my videos saying that I gotta find these, and I think they were right. These trees are perfectly seasoned. The bark is already off them. This was a great fire. That being said, they're very hard. I mean, maple is one of the harder trees out there. You just gotta make sure you've got a decent saw. The one I've got here is a silky big boy. I'm looking forward to testing out a bow saw. I feel like I'm gonna like that better because you can cut in both directions. I feel like this silky big boy is actually better for arborists than it is for my use case, and so I'm looking forward to testing out a bow saw whenever I can get my hands on one. So what I'm doing there is I noticed a natural split in the wood while I was cutting it, and so I worked with the wood, not against it. I kind of cut down and then like only halfway, and then just whacked it to split it.
Violated the 1 match policy again. What are you gonna do? 2 matches. Doesn't make you any less of a man or woman or whatever.
This is a non-alcoholic beer from Sober Carpenter. It's not my favorite one. The IPA is a little bit bitter, but it's pretty good. I like Sober Carpenter's beers. I like any non-alcoholic beer though.
Sapporo Ichiban in here. I think Ichiban means the best. So, I have high expectations.
It wasn't very good.
Want some? My tea fell over. I'm gonna blame Stinker. Did you knock it over? Whatever.
I feel like looking back on this and editing it, you can kind of tell that I'm a little bit sick here. Like I wasn't feeling very well, and I was really hoping to get a good sleep tonight.
The coldest I've ever slept in is -23. If it's really humid or if you're a little bit wet, it can feel worse. So for me tonight, it's only gonna be -2 Celsius. So I don't know, like it's like 20 Fahrenheit or something. So it's not too bad. So I just brought the 1 sleeping bag. No matter what, now what I do, and it makes a huge difference, is down booties. And quite a few people have talked about these. Outdoor Boys obviously wears them. Not these specific ones. These are just random ones from Amazon. So this isn't, it's a warm sleeping bag. It's down, but it's a bit old. It says comfort is 6 degrees Celsius, transition is 0, and then you're at risk at -10. So obviously use your own judgment. For me, this is more than enough for tonight. When you have a second sleeping bag, you put the down one on the inside, as far as I know, and then you put the synthetic one on the outside. A couple other things. So if it's gonna get cold, put your boots in your sleeping bag. It's uncomfortable a little bit, but you'll be better off in the morning. Another thing is if you have an EpiPen, put it in your sleeping bag so that it doesn't freeze overnight. Like I only bring one knife and then a multi-tool and then a hatchet and a saw. So it's already pretty heavy. Like I'm not gonna bring, oh, I've got my full tang massive knife. Like obviously I like knives and I have them, but my knife happens to be $20 Canadian with tax. It's the Cold Steel Finbear. And it's fine. It's one of the things I like about it is it just doesn't rust. Like I've left this just like lying in the snow by accident and it didn't rust. Whereas, I think I had a Cold Steel SRK and I've had other knives out in the bush that just rust immediately. So obviously I should be more careful, but you gotta know yourself. Anyway, it's 7:45, so I'm just gonna finish drying my feet off, listen to an audiobook for an hour and probably pass out because I was up last night with the kids having nightmares. Probably because I was watching Lord of the Rings with them. The battle for Helm's Deep is perhaps not appropriate for young children. My kid has never expressed that she had a nightmare about anything that's ever come up in Lord of the Rings. At this point, we've watched most of Lord of the Rings together. Not all at the same time. But what movie was it? We were watching, it was like a survival horror movie, but it's like a children's movie. Oh, Land Before Time. It's like a prehistoric survival horror movie. Dark fantasy. It's terrifying. I love that movie, but she was terrified. We were watching that movie, The Sharp Tooth, running away and not having enough food and his mom dying. Like there's just so much that happens in that movie. Great movie. But yeah, I can see why as a kid, like that's definitely scarier than Gimli whacking an orc with his axe. I mean, Smeagol is a little bit unsettling, I think, but clever hobbits is precious. All right, I gotta go to bed. Have a good night. I just heard a wolf. That was definitely a wolf. Morning. I didn't really sleep much last night. The wolves were howling every 20 or 30 minutes. It's like 6:45 a.m. right now. I get up and start a fire.
I mean, my expectations when I go out into the woods to sleep in Crown Land, they're never high, but I usually hope to get about 4.5 to 6 hours of sleep. I am not exaggerating when I say that I got less than an hour of broken sleep, like maybe 15 minutes at a time. This isn't completely unusual for me. I have 2 young children, and this has definitely happened at home before too, but I was kind of hoping it wouldn't happen in the woods as well.
So last night, when I was hearing the wolves, I went and grabbed a hatchet. Obviously, I don't hope not to have to use that. These are flares and bear bangers. The bear bangers just sound like a gunshot, so they would scare off animals if they came near me. And then I've got my bear spray in here. I probably should have had it out, but I'm a little bit paranoid that it's going to freeze and explode. So I just keep it in this thing to keep the temperature a little bit more stable inside there. And yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to just open this up, pull this off, shoot it. But during seasons where you're likely to encounter bears, make sure you've got it like at your hip ready to go, because you might not have a lot of time. But for me, especially when I have my dog with me, I feel pretty confident that she'd warn me if something was coming, and so I'd have these 3 options at my disposal. I mean, plus a knife, but without a finger guard, this isn't going to be much use. I'm more likely to slice my hand off than I am to actually do any damage with this. I think I'd find this. It's a little caterpillar or something. Sleeping with me. Why did I come sleep out in the middle of the woods? On, I guess, the first day of spring in the freezing rain. Wanted to. Don't want to lose my coffee. I'll be a little more upset than when I lost my chamomile tea. Oh, a nice big fire. Finish off my morning. Oop. Sometimes actually when I'm walking, if I get hot, I'll just undo my fly. Vents out that area. Something about coffee in the woods on a dreary morning, 8 a.m. Just got taken on a trip to India. A buddy of mine used to always say that. I didn't understand what he was saying at first. I was like, I don't want to go to India. Like, I don't have enough money to go to India. And he was like, no, I like the food because going into, yeah, I'm an idiot. Right now, I'm fine to stay in North America. I've still never been to Wyoming, and I'm not sure it's real. Despite the fact that I probably got like 2 hours of sleep last night, there's something about just being out and feeling the brightness increase around you that just lifts your mood. And I know that there's a scientific reason behind that. I studied it in university. I just forget exactly what it is. But something with your suprachiasmatic nucleus sensing light coming in and the gradual introduction of light being so much better for you. And I'm a little bit anal about light. If you've ever been into my house, you'll see that I only use incandescent bulbs in my house, and I just don't care that they're less efficient. In the winter, I'm not really caring that much about the fact that incandescent bulbs are gonna produce heat because I need heat anyway. And then in the summer, I find that you just like don't need to turn on your light bulbs as much because typically when it's warm out in the summer, it's also sunny. And so you just don't need the lights in your house because I have lots of windows.
Oops. So like I said at the beginning, this trip, I think that morning I was wondering like, hey, maybe I should just only go out in good weather and maybe I should peel back and only go out every few weeks, but I don't know. It's been a few weeks since this trip and I've gone back out every single week since then. I don't know what it is that makes me want to keep going back out there. Maybe I'll figure it out once I go out 100 times instead of a dozen times, but I am hopelessly addicted to backcountry solo camping, I guess. Unless the weather conditions are dangerous, I'm going camping every week. And if you want to watch it, come along.